Thank you for joining us today at FM3 Design. We're discussing the new Miller MPA 350 Aluma feed welder. For us, it's a new welder. We really enjoy it. It's a new product for Miller, out fairly recently. Today, I want to take and go over it a little bit. We'll actually go into the settings of the unit in a moment. However, I want to take and show you, great little book comes with it. It does cover quite a few of the things. There are a bunch of settings that we're not going to even mess with today because it's more advanced than what we would normally use. But it is doable. You'd be surprised what the machine will do. We'd like to, at this moment, discuss the power unit for the Miller MPA 350. This unit primarily just feeds power to the feeder unit that we'll talk about in a moment. Now, there are a few settings on Aluma Pro 350 MPA that we can use. The nice part about this unit is its automatic voltage setting and three-phase and single-phase. It will run on single-phase, it will run on three-phase. So it's a really great little power unit, and it does a lot for you, makes your life a lot easier. So we're going to not go through the settings on it because by default coming out of the box is good enough for the start. If you're really professional, yes, you're going to get into it, but we're not going to do it this time. Now we're going to go into the settings on the feeder unit. The feeder unit is what does the bulk of the work as far as controlling the wire feed and the step back, as well as the pulsing unit completely. I mean, the power unit does some, but the real work's done up here with the unit here. I'm not going to go into loading the wire and stuff for you because it's like every other wire. Again, aluminum, a little careful on your feeder rolls because you have to pull the aluminum, not push it. So let's go into this. Okay, we're going to go into setup first. And again, the trigger setting is 2T or 4T. I prefer 2T. You could use 4T. It's set for pulse, which means just it'll make the stack of dimes for you. This is your pre-feed of argon, 0.3. Post is also 0.3. This is your run-in at 25% of the normal wire feed speed. Works pretty nice that way. This is the profile pulse is on. If you turned it off, you wouldn't have the next setting here, which happens to be the profile pulse frequency. I've got mine set for 1.7 at this time. You can go from 0.1 to 5 pulses a second. This is your profile speed of what it backs down to. So it backs down to 30% of the electricity or the juice or the amps or whatever you want to call it. And then the PAL is 100%, so when it comes back up. So that's all there is to set on this part of the unit. As you can see, not a lot to have to set with, but there's an awful lot of adjustment as far as the argon pre and post, your profile pulse as far as how many pulses a second you want, and also the background amperage that you would have that would allow it to back down and push forward. That's pretty much the standard. This makes it pretty easy. Coming out of the box, it'll have probably 80 to 85% correct for the average person's use. Now we've gone through the settings. Now it's time to do a little bit of welding, just kind of give you an idea. I'm not a great welder, however, this machine does make my life a lot easier. And so let me put the hood on and we'll take and strike an arc and burn a little metal. And oh, by the way, yes, these are welding sleeves. I picked them up at the local welding supply. The reason for that is that our temperature outside right now in Arizona is over 100 degrees. I hate to tell you this, it's over 100 degrees in the shop right now, so bear with us. We're just going to be fairly quick with this one. So, as you can see, you can hear the pulse. You can see where it laid down the stack of dimes. It's pretty cool the way it works. We're really thankful we have it. We do a lot of thin to thick material. We do a lot of unusual things with the material, and it needs to have a decent look to it. Also, for a production point of view, we do it fairly quickly with the MIG because the cost of doing it TIG-wise, labor-wise, is a little prohibitive on some of the projects we do. So as you can see, it does lay down a stack of dimes. This is just a flat. I didn't do a joint because I would block the view. So you can see it as that. And by the way, the black part wipes off with a glove. Really appreciate you being with me. And as you can see, please take a moment, look down here, and hit the subscribe button. We could sure use the subscribers. Thank you for your time, and we'll see you very soon again.